First and foremost, if the deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is a scam. Keep that in mind. A second one is I always encourage people to take someone or several people with them when they make a transaction. Thieves, scammers tend to be a little bit disarmed if you have greater numbers than they do. The other thing too is make sure you choose a location that is in the open, in the public. You're not going into a back alley to do a transaction. You're not following the seller wherever they want to go, or the buyer for that matter. Well, let's move the transaction over here. No, let's move it over here. Let's move it over here. Let's move it over here. Those are things that we see in the criminal world, is they try to set up their victims to disarm the victims so that they can scam them, so that they can steal their money or whatever. And those are 3 tips that I think are very useful for people. If I were to take a check, I would say, let's go to your bank and let's make this transaction in the bank. I mean, sometimes people may not have a great deal of money, so they want to do a check. So I'm not going to totally say that checks are bad. I would say that they have more possibility of being bad for the person that's receiving the check. Cash is there. The thing you have to worry about if you're making a large transaction involving cash is you have the potential to be robbed. And that's where I say bring several people with you. Do it out in the open. If it's a check, go to the bank. Go where a legitimate person would go, but a crook won't. It's not uncommon for victims of crime, burglaries, thefts from vehicle. It's not uncommon for them to go on some of these websites themselves and find their property and then want to get it back. Now, if a person finds their stolen property or believes it's their stolen property being sold on any of the social media websites, they should contact their local police department and get them involved as soon as possible. Quite frequently, our officers recover stolen goods, stolen merchandise by being contacted by the victim. One of the things that we do that comes to mind is cell phones or any type of iPad or anything like that. And another thing that you might consider is if you're going to meet somebody, turn your iPhone on with the locator mode, turn on the GPS. And that way we can track you back, but also if something happens and they steal your phone, we have a chance of being able to locate them sooner and have a better chance of recovering your property.